Today's lesson will focus on the conic sections called circles. In particular, we will be transforming general form to standard form. First, make sure you are familiar with the two forms of a circle. The first one is the standard or the center radius form, and that is x minus h square plus y minus k square is equal to r square, where r is equal to the radius and the coordinates h and k are equal to the circle center. On the other hand, the general form of a circle is x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0, and d, e, and f here are constants. Let's begin with question number 1. Transform the following equations into standard form. The first step here is to rearrange the terms and make sure that the variables are on the left side and the constant is on the right side. Also, group together the x and group together the y's. I will begin first with the variables x, beginning with the second degree, so we have x squared plus 8x. Now the terms with the variable y. I will transfer negative y squared to the right. That becomes now plus y squared minus 2y, and I will keep the 64 on the right side. So now we will group the x together and do completing the square. So we will have x squared plus 8x, I will leave a space, plus y squared minus 2y, I will leave a space as well, is equal to 64. Now try to recall completing the square. What will you do to make each square a perfect square trinomial? Using the 8, we need to do 8 divided by 2 and then square it. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, square it is 16. So we need to add 16. Since we add 16 on the left side, we also need to add 16 on the right side to maintain the equality. What about the second group? What do you think should we add to make this a perfect square trinomial? The same thing, we need to divide negative 2 by 2 and then square it. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Square, that will be positive 1. So we also need to add 1 to the right side. And now to write this in standard form, we need to factor each perfect square trinomial. Now let's factor the perfect square trinomial x squared plus 8x plus 16. One way to remember this is you need to get factors of 16 that will give you a sum of 8. And that is 4 and 4 because 4 times 4 is 16 and 4 plus 4 is 8. So we will have x plus 4 times x plus 4, or the same thing as x plus 4 to the second power. Similarly, on the second group, we need to get factors of 1 that will give us a sum of negative 2. And that is negative 1 times negative 1. So we will write the factors as y minus 1 times y minus 1, or the same thing as y minus 1 squared. And simplifying the right side, 64 plus 16 is 80, 80 plus 1 is 81. Question number 2. X squared plus y squared plus 14x minus 12y plus 4 is equal to 0. So now we will group the x together, y together, and the constant on the right side. So now we will have x squared plus 14x, I will leave a space, plus, for the y, we have y squared minus 12y, leave a space, is equal to positive 4 becomes negative 4 since you transfer it to the right. Now we need to complete the square by adding a third term for each group. So to find the third term, we need to divide 14 by 2, which is 7, and then square it, so that's 49. So we need to add 49 on the left. We also need to add 49 on the right side, again, to maintain equality. For the second group, we need to divide negative 12 by 2, which is negative 6, square it, that's positive 36. So plus 36 to both sides. Now let's factor the first group, x squared plus 14x plus 49. It is a perfect square trinomial, and the square root of 49 is 7. so we can factor this as x plus 7 to the second power. The second group is also a perfect square trinomial, and the square root of 36 is 6, but we will be using negative 6 because our second term is a negative number. So y minus 6 to the second power. The right side, negative 4 plus 49 is 45, 45 plus 36 is 81. So this is the equivalent standard form of the given general form. Question number 3. X squared plus 2x plus y squared is equal to 55 plus 10y. So the first thing that we need to do here is transfer 10y over to the left, and that becomes negative 10y. So now we will have x squared plus 2x, I will leave a space, plus we have y squared minus 10y, leave a space, is equal to 55. Next, we need to do completing the square by adding a third term for each group. We need to divide 2 by 2, which is 1, square it, that's 1. We also need to add 1 to the right side. The second group, we need to divide negative 10 by 2, which is negative 5, square negative 5, that is 25. So plus 25 as well. The first group can be factored out as x plus 1 to the second power, because the square root of 1 is 1, and you double it, you will get 2. The second group, square root of 25 is 5, but we will be using negative 5. So y minus 5 to the second power is equal to 55 plus 1 plus 25 is 81. So this is the standard form of the given general form. Now it is your turn to try these problems. Play the video whenever you're ready for the solutions. Question 4. 137 plus 6y is equal to negative y squared minus x squared minus 24x. Step 1 is to transfer the terms with the variable on the left side and the constant on the right side. I will begin first with the variable x, so negative x squared becomes positive x squared. Negative 24x becomes plus 24x because I transfer them over to the left. Now the y's, negative y squared becomes y squared, 6y remains 6y is positive, and positive 137 becomes negative 137, transferring it to the right. Now we need to do the grouping. The first group is x squared plus 24x, leave a space, plus the second group, y squared plus 6y, leave a space, is equal to negative 137. Now we need to complete the square by adding terms to both groups. And that is 24 divided by 2, that's 12. Square it, it's 144. So plus 144 on the right side as well. The second group, we need to divide 6 by 2 and then square. 6 divided by 2 is 3, square 3, that's 9. So we have plus 9. Now let's factor each perfect square trinomial. The first group, square root of 144 is 12, so we can factor it out as x plus 12 to the second power. 12 squared is 144, 12 times 2 is 24. The second group, y squared plus 6y plus 9 can be factored out as y plus 3 because the square root of 9 is 3. Double 3, you will get the 6 to the second power is equal to negative 137 plus 144 is 7. 7 plus 9 is 16. So this is the standard form of the given general form. Question number 5. Y squared plus 2x plus x squared is equal to 24y minus 120. First step is to rearrange the terms, and I will begin with the variable x. we have x squared plus 2x. And now the variable y, we have y squared. 24y is on the right side, so transferring it over to the left, that becomes minus 24y is equal to negative 120. Now we will set up the groups. The first group, x squared plus 2x, leave a space. The second group, y squared minus 24y, leave a space as well, is equal to negative 120. Now we need to do completing the square by adding third terms to both groups. We need to divide 2 by 2, which is 1. Square it is 1, so plus 1 to both sides. Next, we need to do negative 24 divided by 2, that's negative 12. Square it, that's 144. So plus 144. Next step, we need to factor out the perfect square trinomials. X squared plus 2x plus 1 is the same thing as x plus 1 to the second power. The second group, y squared minus 24y plus 144 is the same thing as square root of 144 is 12, but we will be using minus 12. So y minus 12 to the second power is equal to 144 plus 1 is 145. 145 plus negative 120 is 25. So this is the standard form of this general form. Question number 6. 8x plus 32y plus y squared is equal to negative 263 minus x squared. Again, the first step is to rearrange the terms. I'll begin with the variable x, so negative x squared becomes now x squared plus 8x. For the variable y, I will begin first with y squared, then plus 32y is equal to negative 263. Now set up two groups. We have x squared plus 8x. The second group, y squared plus 32y, is equal to negative 263. Now we need to complete each group by adding the third term. Half of 8 is 4. Square it, 16. So we need to add 16 to both sides of the equation. Half of 32 is 16. 16 squared is 256. So we also need to add 256 to the other side. Now we need to factor out the perfect square trinomials. X squared plus 8x plus 16 is the same thing as x plus 4 to the second power. The second group, half of 32 is 16, so we will have y plus 16 to the second power. Same thing, 16 to the second power is 256. And for the right side, 256 plus 16 is 272, minus 263 is 9. So this is the standard form of the given general form. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing to my channel at Celzo Academy.